Once again, why is it that myself, Trustee Henyard, or Trustee Denton is not on any committees as it relates to the village of Dolton? So I have a problem with it, but I don't, because all they're gonna do is just push me to run for mayor because I can't run for trustee again. So either way, with me, it doesn't matter. And then in my response was, I'm not gonna play these games with y'all. I want my tree list.
Hey everyone, welcome back. As you can tell from the intro, today we're diving into some older clips of Tiffany Henyard during her time as a trustee. The goal here is to highlight the unbearable side of Trustee Henyard and show how, if anything, her behavior has only intensified over time. Her rudeness, disrespect, and overall attitude have only gotten worse, especially now that she has more money and power at her disposal. But before we get into it, I want to give a quick shout out to a few people who have supported me with super thanks. I truly wasn't expecting this, and I'm so grateful. First, a big thanks to Dear W. Christian, who also covers Tiffany Henyard and other relevant topics on his amazing YouTube channel. Be sure to check him out. Next, thank you, Kevin, for the love on the song in one of my videos. The song's called Reading Robert. If you know, you know. If not, check out the video to find it. I also want to thank Guy Moore and Jim Carter for their support. Jim, I really appreciate you sticking around as a longtime supporter. Alonzo Davis, thank you so much. And Walan Milan, I absolutely love your name, and I'm grateful for your support. Lastly, a huge thank you to Cafe of Knowledge, a fellow YouTuber who does incredible deep dives, not only on Tiffany Henyard, but on other important cases that often get overlooked by the mainstream media. She's extremely knowledgeable and actually investigates her topics with influential people. Just check it out. Check out the link. I won't be speaking much through it. Honestly, the clips will speak for themselves. Let's dive in.
Let's go relating to the committees of the board for Melody Fitness Center. Any discussion on this?
Yes, Mayor. Again, like I said earlier, this is a chance for us to meet every month on the plans that we have over there. And this is a chance for me to make everything transparent.
Once again, why is it that myself, Trustee Henyard, or Trustee Denton is not on any committees as it relates to the village of Dolton? That's my question. Why? Can someone answer that? Mayor or Trustee Steves? I guess the mayor the one picked the people, or whoever picked the people.
I can give my input.
Go ahead, Trustee Steve.
I can give my input on the Melody Fitness Committee. Trustee House has came over there, helped me out, got a membership. Trustee Brown is a regular member over there. So they have actually helped me versus criticize and stand back and just point out the wrong. So I wanted somebody on the agenda who wanted to help me, who've expressed me and helped me behind the scenes in particular things. And Trustee Brown can talk about the Saturday classes that she comes to, the yoga classes that she comes to. Trustee House came over and got a smoothie from the smoothie bar. So I wanted somebody who wanted to. he can't got some meat. Wait, he got more smoothies. Yeah. He actually got some food, so I wanted trustees who actually support what I do, and I feel them to really support what I do.
Okay. Come on with it. Come on.
Everybody doesn't have to agree.
I don't.
They have an opportunity to agree, to disagree.
Well, no. Here's what I don't want. Me and Trustee House disagree behind closed doors. But the grandstanding had the meeting in front of the camera. I don't want that. So my point is, I answer my question. I answer my question.
You can make your comment as sir. You can make your comment as citizens address.
I wanted Trustee House and Trustee Brown on the committee with me to help me out.
So, Mayor, is that your reasoning too? Because it sounds as though
I got no comment, Trustee.
Okay, well, my question was to you and him. So it sounds as though Trustee Steves want a yes board, and he don't want nobody to disagree. They just agree with what he wants.
You entitled to your opinion, Trustee?
That makes the committee. Hold on. I thought you was the one that makes the committee or pick the people that goes on the committee. Is that not true? Is that not true, Mayor?
I got no comment, Trustee. Any other discussion?
Why you don't have a comment? This is discussion.
A comment to make. Ed and I don't always agree. None of us don't always agree.
Thank you.
Some of us do disagree. Just because you don't hear it publicly doesn't mean I agree with everything Ed says. Ed don't agree with everything I say. So we do disagree, but at the end of the day, we have to come to some kind of conclusion. Thank you.
Well, for the record, I think that you guys should start looking at myself and Trustee Denton to be on committees in the village of Dolton. But I know I got my hands full. I do a lot of stuff anyway with my own job, but I would like to be included going forward, Mayor and all trustees. If you guys want input from me, I am the senior trustee. I would like y'all respect. At the end of the day, I keep telling y'all gonna put some respect on my name. I would like y'all respect as I give it to you guys. So again, please consider myself and Trustee Denton to sit on committees. Thank you.
You gotta give respect to get respect.
I definitely give it.
Mayor, if I
I
could-
definitely give it. But Mayor, see you in your mouth. You gotta give respect in order to get it. But Mayor, see you in your mouth.
Roll call.
Mayor, if I have one comment,
Go ahead,
Mayor.
Trustee.
One thing with the committee, the Melanie Fitness has been a challenging entity for the village of Dalton over the years. So the encouragement, we've started talking a lot about it in the finance committee meetings, but I think also with the Melanie Fitness Center as a committee, for years past, it's cost us $300. It's been on the upswing in terms of revenue, but it's still costing us money. So the thing that I would encourage everybody to weigh in, give comments on is, at what point do we need to retain the Melanie Fitness Center, and or as a community, is it costing us too much money? The serious focus is, as a community, it is costing us money. And I think Trustee Steve has done a lot of efforts to minimize that gap, but it still is costing us money, and that's a reality that we all need to face. And Trustee Henyard, I will be glad to give you a call and ask for your opinion as well.
No problem.
Okay, any further discussion? Roll call.
On the motion to add Melanie Fitness Center to the trustee standing committees, Trustee Steve.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Trustee Henyard.
No.
4 ayes
Right.
and 1 no. Okay, motion passed. But even if the board is in the same position it's in today, that votes against me, that want to leave the situation today where I don't have any power or anything, it still saves the village $500,000. Now you want to talk about we don't have any money, we can't figure out a way to generate any revenue. Why not save $500,000? If we're gonna fight,
Then why don't we eliminate everybody?
get your petitions out
Exactly.
and put it out there. However, you won't be able to do it for this race because
Oh, I know.
right.
No. I know that
Yeah.
because it was a conversation before.
Yeah.
And
So
also,
let me talk about the third one.
okay.
The third one is shall the terms of office of village trustee for Village of Dalton be limited to such that no person may serve more than 2 consecutive 4-year terms. Now this is just like the president. They can only serve 2 terms.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll address this if nobody wants to say nothing. But I think if he gonna put it for one, it should have went for all. So if you're gonna put term limits on myself, because that's how I took it, because I'm the one that will have 2 terms. The mayor will have 2 terms as well, so he should have added himself included, and so will Mary Kay. But currently, he just went after the trustees. I put this on the agenda because I have received a lot of phone calls in regards to the results of the election regarding the referendum in which the mayor put on the ballot. The results is as follows. I'm gonna break down each question to you, and then I'll just explain to you what the results was. The first question was to get rid of the primary here in the village of Dolton, which is held every February, and we would have had just a general election if you guys voted for it. You guys did not vote for it. It is still here in the village of Dolton, so we will have a primary. Just so y'all understand what you would have done if you got rid of the primary, you would no longer been able to choose from a Democrat or a Republican. It would have been a nonpartisan election, which means you will have to file as an independent or a party. Like, I'll give you an example, Concerned Citizens of Dolton. It could be 2 people in that party that was Republican and 1 could have been a Democrat. So you had to file as a party. But you guys showed up and voted, and you voted that down. So thank you, residents. I appreciate that. The second question was reducing the board of trustees from 6 to 4. Apologies, but I still love y'all. I'm still going to advocate for the people, so appreciate it. So I have a problem with it, but I don't, because all they're gonna do is just push me to run for mayor because I can't run for trustee again. So either way, with me, it doesn't matter.
Well,
Yeah, thank
what's
you.
good about the democratic process is that anybody can run for anything. Unless there's some restrictions in regards to, your felon or different things like that. And I know Trustee Henyard has aspirations to be the mayor, and that's great.
Not really. I'm really gonna run for some county, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
since you
yeah.
want me to.
Yeah,
No, God! No, God, please, no!
that's great, But ultimately, in some cases, it's a popularity contest, but ultimately, it's up to the residents to decide who they want to see. Whatever it is, we got the Me Too movement moving forward. A lot of women are getting elected and different things like that,
Yeah.
and things are done in regards to, kind of fads. This time it could be women. The next time it could be, a different party or something like that. But, you make the decision, and you have to get to the polls and make that decision. So,
Well, I'll
right.
chime in too, Trustee. The mayor and I did speak on this after the petitions were out. I was in disagreement with term limits in general. So my thought is the term limit is the election decides it. However, as the mayor pointed out, it is up to the residents. So the question is out there, the residents will make the decision.
and see, the other thing is fact that if these pass, if the residents say yes, all these trustees on this board is going to have to run it again in April. Okay? So some of the trustees that got a 4-year term, voted in for a 4-year term, they got to run again. And you will get a chance to make a decision on some of the trustees that have been won election and you get, it's kind of like taking a second look in midterm. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Trustee Henyard is a popular trustee. Mm-hmm. She's the eldest trustee here, and we've had our fights. And I mentioned this earlier, that I still don't agree with some of the things that she's voted on, and likewise with me. Mm-hmm. But we have 2 newly trustees here, Trustee Denton, Trustee House. I fully support Trustee House. When I put a slate together for the election, he's going to be on it. And he's going to get reelected because the people like him. So at any rate, he's going, I think he's a trustee of conscience and tries to do the right thing. And since he's been here, he hasn't always voted with me. He has not. He has not always voted with me, and we can pull it up. And because we talked about it, and he voted his conscience.
Right.
So I'm supporting Trustee. I'm supporting Trustee House. If the people want it to be that way, he's got my full support.
Excuse me, Mayor Pro Tem, I had something I just want to put on record.
Sure.
I would like to know, what is the time frame for putting things on agenda, clerk?
As communicated to the trustees numerous times, the agenda for department heads is the Monday before. The deadline is the Monday before the Monday meeting, so it'll be 1 week before. And for trustees, it's noon on Tuesday before.
Okay, I sent the email out to the entire board. I don't like how things are being done as far as us putting items on the agenda. If the deadline is what you just stated, that did not happen. You guys added something extra to the agenda on Friday.
Yes, ma'am, as explained in my email. But to elaborate further, there were 2 items added to the agenda. One was the fire engine item, which is an item that was tabled by the trustees when they last met. The fire chief explained to me that he was under the impression, understandably so, that the item was tabled to the next meeting, therefore he did not submit a renewed request. More to the point, the other item, the tax anticipation warrant, was submitted by Attorney Kankar, who is the attorney that represents the village on tax and bond-related matters, and is explained to me by Ms. Redmond that should we not put it on the agenda for this evening, we would have no choice but to have a special meeting either tomorrow or Wednesday.
Okay, thank you for the explanation, but when we place rules, let's stick to the rules. Thank you. And that's
Ma'am?
for the record. Everything I stated is for the record.
Yes, trustee, and I would ask that that would be reciprocal.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some questions.
Go ahead.
I guess this one question is for Matt. I'm trying to understand the tree cutting. Why is it that Public Works can't cut majority of the trees? Why do we keep outsourcing it? I see there's a bill for $25,000 to pay for trees, but I don't know what locations or where did they cut the trees at? Can you respond to that?
Some of the trees that are out there, I know on this report, it was probably over on the west side. Those trees were big trees. Our guys aren't set up with the knowledge as the outside company to where they're roping the trees as they're cutting them so they don't fall down, hit people's homes and all that. So that's why we contract the larger trees out.
Okay, so all of that added to 25,000, and none of that you guys could have done?
Trustee, I'm just gonna address this. We don't have the equipment to cut some of those trees. It's
Mayor, with all due respect, can Matt respond? He is the department head.
we go through this every year with you.
We're not going through anything.
We
I'm
go through
asking
this
questions
every year
about
with you.
the warrant list. You want me to pay bills? I'm asking questions to the department head.
Yeah, we
Nothing
go through-
against you.
This
Let
is the
him speak.
first year that's been approved to get trees cut. And some of those trees, if you take a look at them, especially on the west side, 50 to 100 years old, we don't have the equipment to do it. And the ones that we do, they cut trees. They cut plenty of trees.
Okay, you done, Mayor? Matt, the reason why I was asking those questions because I was just trying to get a better understanding of how your department was ran and who hired the contractors. Like, do you send it out for hire for the contractors? Like, who picks the company to come in to cut the trees?
We've always used the one company, Pekarski's Trees. Any major trees, the big ones in that, we've called them in the past, and we do that in the present. We're not set up to cut these large trees. We don't have the equipment.
Okay.
And that's a big safety issues with the guys. They're not gonna go and start cutting trees if they're not, set up to do it.
Okay, and that's the only company. You never used another company to do so?
No, since I've been here, that's the only one we've used.
Okay. When I went up there, the ladies could not provide me with a list. They then told me that they need to call their boss, which is Matt. I said, call him. I even called him. Matt did not pick up for me or them. I emailed Matt to basically rectify the situation. And again, no response. And then I guess 2-3 days later, after he talked to you, you guys sent me an email stating, I need to talk to the mayor. And then in my response was, I'm not going to play these games with y'all. I want my tree list. That's what I emailed y'all back. And to this day, I still don't have a tree list.
Okay.
That's my issue, Mayor.
Okay, that's fine. You started out by saying a year and a half ago, I've provided this board with a tree list.
You
Okay,
did. We
okay.
did at a board meeting, yes.
Okay, if I did, where's it at? If I gave it to you?
That's my question.
If I gave it to you,
Oh,
where's
don't
your
worry
copy?
about it. I'm going to bring it. I didn't know I had to
Okay,
bring a tree
okay.
list to the board meeting that
Okay.
I asked for an update. So
Okay.
if you guys not doing your job by updating the residents on where they need to be on this so-called allegedly tree list that do not exist, I don't like you guys lying to the residents. That's what I'm tired of.
Right, well,
Because
if
when we
this-
get the complaints, hold on, Mayor. When we get the complaints, I bring it to the board. I bring it to the body. And then I try to rectify it before we get here to a board meeting, and it still don't get rectified. So now I have to sit here and do this. So then the residents think we're bickering. But I'm tired because I got to put it on blast because you're not doing what I'm asking, which is provide me with a tree list so I can tell a resident what they was on this list that you just said. Most people saying they've been on 9 years. That's terrible. That's pathetic if our community not doing our job. Secondly, I don't appreciate you saying they need to call your office to get a tree down. We have public works. We have a superintendent / manager, whatever he is now. He's supposed to do his job. When they call there, he's supposed to sit here and come out, assess the situation, and cut the tree down. You don't supposed to get in the middle of their duties. That's his job.
Well, one of the problems is that you said they're not doing efficient duty, so if we direct it to my office, we can monitor it.
Mayor, if someone's not doing their job, what do you supposed to do? You have a business. I have a business. You discipline the employee. You don't sit here and take over it, or you find somebody that's going to do what we're asking. That's what I'm saying. All I want is the resident street cut down. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. And another thing that I emailed everybody was, I feel bad about this one resident that called me, and I've been asking for the last 3 years for her tree to be cut down. This lady tripped and fell. She 83 years old, and this is my problem once again with the trees. Her tree lifted the sidewalk, so when she came up to go into her home, she fell, broke her hip. So when I got that complaint, how you think I feel? That's why I put this on this agenda. Because again, she been complaining and complaining and complaining. I then went again and tried to tell Matt. He told me he was going to take care of it. And this was prior to last week. Still nothing. Tree's still there. So my question to you, Mayor, is what's the plan? What's the plan going forward?
I just told you the plan.
No. I don't like that plan. So I'm in disagreement with that plan.
Just because you don't like it don't mean it's not going to go into effect. And let me tell you something. You know how long it takes to cut a tree down? And you know how many people that we have
That's
with...
no excuse.
Do you know how many people we have that has experience in cutting trees?
Mayor, it's no excuse. That means we need to put a plan together. That means that Matt should sit down with the board. Sit down with the board. No, you put your plan together. I said we need to put a plan together. That means Matt needs to sit down with the board, and we need to come up with a plan that the whole body agrees on. That's what I'm saying to you. You are just saying it for yourself because you did that during election time. If basically, okay, if a person gave you a complaint when we was running, you said you're going to take care of the next day. What's any different now? When a person give a complaint now, man, hold on. If a person give a complaint now, why are you not saying you're going to take care of the next day like you were saying on election day?
Do you know?
That's my issue,
man. You know how many people that we have experience to cut trees?
It's not about experience with trees.
It's not that.
It's not.
We just had a person killed. We just had a person killed.
Why do we have public works? There you go, deflecting. Why do we have a person in public works? We got.
I'm not gonna go back and forth with you, Trustee Henyard.
We got 18, 17 people, Mayor.
Okay, finish
that run.
what you gotta say.
Okay, I am. I'm trying to, but you keep interrupting me. Thank you. We have enough people in public works to do their job. I'm pretty sure that if Matt put together a plan and executed the right way, I think it will be fine, but he does not. You guys do too much favoritism here. That is my issue, Mayor. I need, when a resident calls, you take care of their problem. They pay taxes here. They shouldn't have to get favoritism because of who they know. If they call anyone else on the board and anybody calls Matt, it should get taken care of, period, point blank. It shouldn't be on a list for a year or 2 years. That's terrible. I would even want to make that statement that a person keeps complaining about 9 years about a tree. I will move. You're supposed to get services. I'm pretty sure they ain't got them problems in South Holland. I'm pretty sure that they got a problem and they go take care of it. That's why people move the community because of services. But we're not giving the right service, Mayor. Then why come here? Over a tree. Look what we're talking about. A tree.
Right. Why'd you cut the budget on the tree?
I never cut the budget on the tree. But let's go back to what I'm saying, because there you go.
I'm not going to go back and forth.
It's not about going back and forth.
Finish what you got to say.
Mayor. I am saying what I'm saying, but you keep saying that, and I'm saying what I'm saying.
You done?
You gonna respond? Are you going to respond, Mayor?
I just tried to tell you how we're going to handle it. You don't
okay, but if I'm saying I disagree with handling that way.
Go ahead, Trustee Muhammad.
But if I'm saying I'm not going to agree with that, why can't you say, okay, Trustee, let's sit down and come up with a plan? What is wrong with that? That's what I'm saying. It's just your way or the highway. Why can't you say, okay, Trustee, I hear you loud and clear. Let's come up with a better plan than the one I just said. What's wrong with that, Mayor?
Trustee Muhammad.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
Are you guys in need of a property?
Oh, we're absolutely in need of a property.
So did you talk to Mr. Urban or the mayor in regards to village-owned property we have?
Well, we were told that there are any properties available, that the village doesn't own any properties and the village doesn't have any properties.
We own property. We own Comcast building right here on Chicago Road.
I'm sorry, Trustee Hart.
The needs that were expressed to me, the properties that we own did not fill those needs. So yes, I did tell him we had a lot of vacant property, but when it came to the type of property for training, the properties that we did have did not fit his needs.
So why do you say that? Why do you say it don't fit his needs?
Because of his qualifications, what he gave to me.
which is you need a building to staff for training, correct?
Correct.
Comcast building be perfect.
Comcast building was recommended to be demolished because of the damage that it sustained from the auto accident. The
Well,
roof is caved in, and it's not in rehabable condition. And plus, throughout the whole facility is filled with mold.
that's like everything else we sell, Mayor. We sold properties that has mold and they fixed them, right? It's not on the tax roll, right?
You
So,
want us to
if I
give a
was you-
property, an unsafe piece of property to a nonprofit that's gonna have people in it
Yes.
and take the risk of that property?
Yes, I do. Let me explain why. Because I don't like how you sit here and try to make people believe it's unsafe. Unsafe. I do
Mr.
real estate
Engineer,
for a living. Hold on.
Mr.
I do
Engineer,
real
did
estate
you go in
for a
that
living.
building?
So if you want to buy a property, we want property that's abandoned, got mold, roof caving, whatever, and you're gonna fix it.
Correct.
So you should go look at these properties and judge it for yourself if it's feasible for you. That's what I would do.
She's the worst. She's the worst person in the world.
I agree, Trustee.
But I'm just trying to let you know, we do own property, the village does, and I think you should go check them out. So whoever advising you, they telling you wrong. We own property.
I would love a list of properties that the village may have in possession that we may be able to get donated for our cause and our training facilities.
All right.
Good.
It's my understanding that the Comcast building, the structural integrity has been compromised and it's not feasible for rehab. That's my understanding there.
Thank you.
Just make sure you get a list. I don't
Thank you,
know,
Mr. Walker.
Mr. Urban, do you get him that list, or how do we get this list of property that we own? So he can have a clear understanding.
Ms. Fields and I will work on a list. We'll get it to him no later than next week, Monday.
There you have it.
Thank you very much, Trustee.
You want to include vacant property, Mr. Walker, also? Because we own a lot of vacant property.
I would love it.
Fine.
It's for affordable housing. Thank you very much.
Everything to the public, so we won't have that happen no more. So the meeting, we'll have a meeting this month. The people on the board is me, Trustee House, and Trustee Tammy Brown. So just be on the lookout for that meeting. I hope people come and give their input and come in and participate at the committee meeting and also at the gym.
I got.
Go ahead, Trustee.
So, as you guys know, I'm the most active person on this board.
Once again, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe.